The history of Makkah and Madinah is both rich and complex, deeply intertwined with pre-Islamic traditions, the life of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and the subsequent rise of Islam. Here's an overview that touches upon key historical developments and events. Makkah, the cradle of early spirituality. Pre-Islamic Makkah. Religious and commercial hub. Long before the advent of Islam, Makkah was a vital stop along the caravan routes of the Arabian Peninsula. It housed the Kaaba, a cube-shaped structure that, according to Islamic tradition, was originally built by Prophet Ibrahim, and his son Ismail. Even in pre-Islamic times, the Kaaba served as a sacred shrine that attracted various tribes for pilgrimage and trade. Cultural melting pot. As a bustling trading center, Makkah was an intersection of cultural, religious, and economic influences. Its population was influenced by various traditions, and the annual pilgrimage, known later as Hajj, was a long-standing tradition that contributed to the city's local economy and intertribal interactions. The dawn of Islam in Makkah. Revelation and prophethood. Around 610 CE, during retreats in the cave of Hira, Prophet Muhammad received his first revelation. The ensuing years saw him preach monotheism and social justice in a society steeped in polytheism and tribal rivalries. Challenges and persecution. The early Muslim community in Makkah faced significant opposition from the powerful Quraysh tribe. Despite adversity, these formative years were pivotal in defining the ethical and spiritual foundations of Islam. Transformation of a sacred site. With the eventual spread of Islam, the Kaaba was cleansed of its pre-Islamic idols and reinstated as the central symbol of monotheism and unity for Muslims worldwide. Madina, the birthplace of the Islamic community. The Hijra, a turning point. Migration from Makkah. In 622 CE, facing increasing persecution, Prophet Muhammad and his followers migrated from Makkah to Yathrib, a city which would soon be renamed Madina, meaning the city. This migration, known as the Hijra, marks the beginning of the Islamic calendar, 1AH. The transformation of Madina. Building a community. Upon arrival, the Prophet established a new social order in Madina. Here, he forged alliances among different tribes and groups, crafting a community bound by shared faith and mutual responsibility rather than traditional tribal ties. Constitution of Madina. One of the earliest examples of a written constitution, the Constitution of Madina, was established to foster coexistence between Muslims, Jews, and other tribal groups. This document laid the foundation for governance based on justice, cooperation, and religious tolerance. Religious significance and architectural heritage. Mosque of the Prophet, al-Masjid al-Nabawi. The building of the Prophet's mosque became a central focus in Madina. It served not only as a place of worship but also as a community center, educational institution, and political hub. Evolving role. Madina rapidly evolved from a refuge into a thriving center of Islamic learning, administration, and spirituality. Its legacy as the city of the Prophet endures, symbolizing the ethical and communal practices that helped shape early Islam, lasting legacies. Hajj and pilgrimage. Makkah remains the holiest city for Muslims around the world. Every year, millions congregate for the Hajj pilgrimage, retracing the footsteps of early believers and reaffirming the unity of the Muslim community. Spiritual and historical resonance. Madina, too, holds a sacred place in the hearts of Muslims, not only as the place where the Islamic community first flourished but also as the resting place of the Prophet Muhammad. The spiritual, cultural, and historical narratives associated with both cities continue to influence Islamic thought and practice. Further explorations. Comparative studies. Delving into comparative studies of pre-Islamic traditions and early Islamic reforms can shed more light on how these cities evolved from regional centers to global spiritual capitals. Modern perspectives. While the historical narratives of Makkah and Madinah underscore their ancient significance, modern scholarship also explores the social, architectural, and political transformations that these cities have undergone over the centuries. Archaeological and literary sources. Exploring archaeological findings, early Islamic manuscripts, and historical records can provide additional layers of insight into how religious practices, governance, and cultural exchanges shaped the evolution of these storied cities. The intertwining histories of Makkah and Madinah illustrate a profound journey, one that encompasses spiritual awakening, social transformation, and the birth of a civilization whose influence spans continents and eras. Would you like to dive deeper into any particular era or aspect, such as the architectural evolution of these cities or the societal changes brought by the Hijra? Please like and subscribe my channel. Thanks.